everyone always says sources. Well, who are your sources? As Kerry Katona would say, HP and ketchup.
Iconic.
Bradley is already back with his ex, Emily Maloney. What the hell?
We've been contacted by a number of women who have receipts on this.
Olivia got Love Island to make Bradley jealous?
Yeah.
It's just, this is, grow up, guys.
Hey, what's your favourite Celine Dion song?
Think twice.
Oh, that is a banger.
Yeah.
Gotta think twice
Yeah.
for the second round.
Love. Welcome to Showbiz Fix, sponsored by Sun Bingo. This is your destination for the inside scoop on all our celebrity exclusives and the biggest entertainment stories you're loving this week. It's all changed for the Islanders. Sammy swapped Kieran for Tyreek, Olivia Attwood snogging Pete Wicks, whilst Brad Dack is back with his ex. We're here to clear up the mess and have a mad new twist in the saga. Plus, Ultimate Divas Celine, Dion, Lady Gaga and Duffy are back. But first, Olivia and Bradley. Guys, I just can't keep up with these two.
It's insane how quickly things have changed.
I know, because obviously these people live their lives in the public eye. We feel like we're completely involved in what they do. But I think everyone's a bit confused about what's going on.
Everyone's moving mad. It's ridiculous.
I thought we should just dive in with some proper questions and answers that are the ones that everybody is asking.
Well, for me, I feel like the one thing everyone is asking me that obviously on Saturday, we revealed these amazing pictures of Olivia and Pete snogging in a restaurant, incredibly the same one where he snogged Maura Higgins. So he's got a place where he likes to play tennis with his tonsils. But I mean, everyone's messaging me being like, didn't they already do that in Ibiza?
Yeah, so there were those pictures of them cuddling on that yacht in Ibiza. There is literally no evidence that exists that anything else happened apart from a cuddle on that yacht.
When I spoke to their reps earlier this week, they were really firm. They never kissed like that in Ibiza. There might have been a kiss on the cheek to say hello. This was definitely friendship at that time, but this wasn't romance then.
No, so this is what we're hearing. Obviously, the romance has grown out of that close friendship. Everyone swears nothing happened in Ibiza. And what can we do apart from look at the evidence that we have?
Things I'm not sure, like personally, if many people believe that, because people are so sort of doubt what reality stars tell us anyway, because, well, you never quite know what's true. And I think while maybe Ibiza was innocent, the smallest plant of seed, Pete Wicks has got a reputation. I feel like, I don't know, it probably, who knows?
It definitely grew that chemistry. I mean, you can tell they've got good chemistry as friends. And I feel like we all know someone that's fallen in love with a friend because it's grown out of that relationship.
Absolutely.
The fact they spend so much time together, the fact they were at the Brits, same hotel. I think it was the Sun on Sunday had those amazing pictures of Pete coming back with the pizzas, going up to the hotel room where they clearly went and had a little pizza party. You know,
Exactly.
So I think it was definitely happening then, not in Ibiza. And that's what I've been saying to everyone.
It's been bubbling. Okay, Jack, next question.
I don't think anyone believes that it hasn't been going on for ages. Is it not just a bit of like a PR game? You know, we've seen over the years, PR sort of getting their people into relationships, gets them a bit of press. And yeah, I feel like maybe it is.
I totally get why people say that, because everyone always says sources. Well, who are your sources? As Kerry Katona would say, HP and ketchup.
Iconic.
But all we could do is look at the evidence. We know that they've known each other for absolutely donkey's years. Pre-Love Island, Pete and Olivia were in similar circles. Pete has had a candle to her for years.
And
Everybody
I think
knows that.
we all know people that have had friendships that turn into relationships because they fall in love with each other, because they spend so much time together. You know, the Sun on Sunday had those amazing pictures at the Brit Awards where they're having cozy pizzas upstairs in their hotel room. They obviously do their Kiss FM show together. They're spending a lot of time together. And I feel like her relationship with Brad's gone to the dogs because of the breach of trust.
That's quite messy though. If they're working to I feel like
They're like the new Eamon and Ruth.
You shouldn't really get with someone that you work with, because that's just asking for disaster. That's just a lot of time together. And I feel like they would naturally want space apart, right? Especially in this pressure cooker that is like a public relationship. So if you're dating and then you've got to go on the radio and pretend to be nice to each other, you could have just had a row over, something trivial. But like,
Oh, but there are so many famous couples on telly and on radio who work together. Eamon and Ruth, my favourite. Well, actually, no, they broke up.
I was going to say that didn't end well, so I'm not sure we can use
that
them.
was like over 20 years together on the Happy on the Clappy on the tellies. That's a bad example, but it's proving that married couples can work together. But I know what you mean. Like if they just had a row over the washing up, you don't want to have to.
Yeah, and I think as well.
We'll talk more about their compatibility as a couple in a bit. Okay. Next question.
I mean, Flick, I was obsessed with this story. Let me run it in my column. I absolutely loved it. That Bradley is already back with his ex, Emily Maloney. What the hell?
I know. When I got a text about this, I was just literally like, are you kidding me? He dated her before Love Island. So Olivia went on Love Island. He dumped Emily to win back Olivia post Love Island.
Why has Emily gone back with him? Like, once a mug, all right.
I
Twice
know.
a mug, you're a moron.
Olivia go on Love Island to make Bradley jealous?
Yeah.
It's just, it's grow up, guys.
So there was no overlap on this, is what I'm hearing. Bradley started seeing Emily again in February. So we talked about their divorce early February. So they've been seeing each other for a few weeks, let's say. But people in the local area know about it. And Bradley and Emily are now seeing each other.
I just think, why, Emily? Like, you can do better.
I know, I get it. We've all got someone that you'd go back to, 100%. So have Bradley and Emily been seeing each other for ages then? Or I feel like I've lost track with what's going on.
There was absolutely no cheating. Bradley did not cheat on Olivia with Emily at any point across the last 20 years. And that's something that's got a bit confused in all of this. But Bradley did cheat on Olivia. So we revealed this week for the first time that was the breach of trust. Everyone thought it was probably cheating, but basically Olivia heard that he cheated on her and looked at his phone to find the evidence and found what she was looking for. And that's why they are now getting divorced, is because Bradley cheated on Olivia after years of rumours of other infidelity.
I mean, this even more, Emily, run for the hills. He cheated on his hot wife.
Exactly.
The man's a mug.
Next question.
I mean, why did Olivia put up with it for so long? Do you know what I mean? If you're saying that there was always these rumours and finally, I know rumours are rumours, but why put up with it for that long?
Yeah, no, I know. I think she just, wanted to stick by her man. We've all stayed with people too long. We all want to try and trust again. And certainly, I think it's quite classy personally that Olivia didn't out this immediately. You know what I mean?
She must have been heartbroken. I mean, you know her quite well. You've interviewed her a million times.
Yeah.
I mean, how would she be coping with something like
Yeah,
this?
I mean, the thing for her all throughout has been like, she's the one that's chosen a really famous life. Bradley's a footballer. Yes, that's in the public eye, but he's not a famous person. She's tried to keep this out the spotlight to protect him and respect their 10-year relationship. So that's why we're only finding out about this now.
Can I throw in an additional question?
Yeah.
Who's going to get the dogs?
Wow, this is a burning question, Ellie, and I'm really glad you threw it in. I believe it's going to be a bit of a split custody situation.
See, I think...
Like an Aunt and Lisa. Aunt McPartlen and Lisa famously shared her.
The animals is always a bit of an issue. Because,
they're like children.
Like Tasha and Andrew, I think she took the dog.
Yeah.
And then he had to go to Dubai, or chose to go to Dubai.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was really sad because I remember he posted about missing the dog. And I've not got a dog because I've not got the life for it, but I'd love one. And if I did, I would be fighting to the death.
Next question.
So what is going to happen next then? Because I feel like anything could happen.
So actually, after we ran the story this week in the Bizarre column that the divorce has come about because of Bradley cheating, we've been contacted by a number of women who have receipts on this.
When are you going to show us the receipts?
So look, none of this has been stood up or proven, and the allegations will be going to both camps with it to see what happens. These might just be people clout chasing. These might just be messages of, fantasists and all that kind of thing. We know that this happens, but the receipts are receipting. And I think that there will be more to come on this in the next few days.
This is exciting.
That's really sad then.
I love it. You say it's sad and I'm like, this is exciting.
Okay.
I mean, what now about Pete Wicks?
Wow. I want to ask you two about this. Do you think that Pete and Olivia will last? Is this a thing? And what do you think this means for Pete's career, Ellie?
I think we know Pete's always had an issue with commitment. He's said that himself multiple occasions. But I do feel bad for Pete in a sense. Like, Pete's always been, seen as love rat. He's always sort of seen as this person because he's an eligible bachelor and is, likes kissing multiple women. Why not? He's a single guy. But I think he always sort of gets painted with this brush that he's a love rat. He actually isn't, I don't think. But now he's there's been this marriage breakup and then suddenly he's on the scene. People are automatically going to think, you broke up that marriage. It's not true. He didn't do that. So I feel like he's going to be unfairly tarnished when actually he's worked really hard, to bring himself away from that image.
It's not going to last, is it? Let's be honest.
I don't know. Maybe she's the one to tie Pirate Pete down.
We will not be sat here in a year's time talking about them two. Or maybe we're talking about them, but they ain't going to be together. I bet you a pint.
All right, on.
Deal.
Oh, here we go.
Make mine a Stella.
Pete, don't let me down. Got to stick with her. I mean, she's like a gazelle. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
He could do worse.
I mean, look, she is obviously someone who is dealing with a lot in her personal life and a lot in her professional life. She's booked and busy. So who even knows? I think you're right. We'll be talking about it for absolutely weeks to come, won't we?
Let's see. In a year's time, we'll be on Fix. Who will be buying the pint?
I'm going to make a note of this.
Not with me.
Speaking about something still going on weeks later, Love Island is still Love Islanding.
Ugh.
So Sammy and Kieran won Love Island on February the 23rd. 3 weeks later, they split up. Sammy is now dating Tyreek. So this is of relevance because Tyreek has always fancied Sammy and spent the whole time she was in the villa, like on Instagram, on his really amazing Twitch, saying, Sammy Lee, she's the one I've always wanted. Sammy, call me, all of this. And then Sammy and Kieran broke up and it looks like she called Tyreek.
I mean, fair play to him.
Yeah,
I quite
fair.
like that modern way of, getting hold of her. He wanted her, he went and got her.
So they were spotted on a date for the first time on Monday at the Baller League. You know, that's the one that's like influencer teams and stuff. And everyone was like, what the fuck? But then we revealed that they've actually been on a string of dates. They really like each other. Tyreek is apparently obsessed with her. And we were like, yeah, we know.
This is like a modern day Romeo and Juliet. I very much like it. Sans the death at the end, hopefully. But I like that. I've got no issue with it.
I just feel like I can't get a date, let alone, like, I feel like these guys are just running rings around me.
Maybe you need to get on Twitch, Jack.
Yeah, find someone to like hunt you down on Twitch.
On Twitch.
Be like, I want Jack Hardwick in my life. He is single, guys, by the way.
I am.
If you
I'm
want
not
a
on Twitch,
date.
though.
But the thing is, Kieran's on the Not My Bag podcast tonight, Thursday night.
So is he angry about this? But why? Like, you split up. Who cares? Someone else is dating your girl.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They got out of the villa and swiftly realised they were quite different people. He lives in Wales. He's a bit of a homebody. She's all over the planet doing work, brand deals, that kind of thing. It just wasn't going to work.
Is it not just a bit of jealousy? Because if they've split, and look, often the women do better because they can get clothing deals easier, I would argue. And there's a lot of them, but clothing deals, makeup deals. And I think men, apart from like protein shakes and maybe some new clothing brand that's probably going to flop in about 12 months, like there's not really a lot out there, I don't think. And I feel like even presenting, women can do that more, or they're preferred.
Well, his career's already gone down the pan once, which is why he went back on Love Island All Stars. Nobody goes on Love Island All Stars to find love, let's be frank. You go on there for a second shot at fame. So I completely agree with you. I think women are more marketable than men.
That's the better phrasing.
Yeah.
Hugely.
It could be the next Curtis
Kieran's
Pritchard.
doing very well on one of those nightclub tours, and we know that they are big business.
That's how
you get a lot of money on
That
them.
is how Gaz Beadle made his millions. I remember seeing Gaz Beadle. It was actually a Geordie Shore launch years ago. We went outside for a cheeky ciggy together, and he was telling me how much he was making. He was basically making £3,000 a night, and he booked himself on nightclub appearances 7 days a week, and then he retired. That's why he plays golf and drives a Ferrari.
Exactly. It's why people like Joey Essex still do them. Who's a pretty big name. He's not like a Z-lister.
Adam Collard's was huge.
Yeah.
Like it was the longest tour. I remember
Exactly.
looking at them. I feel like Alex Bowen. Alex Bowen has an absolutely huge tour as well. And
Clever way to make money.
And I remember at the time counting it up, and it was like hundreds of thousands, like in the high end. Like fair play to him. Like
Yeah.
I
Kieran
think
needs to give Yates a call then and, get his tour on.
Oceana.
Tiger.
The thing is, when we broke the news that Sammy and Kieran had split up, fans were like devastated because they really believed in this love story. However, they have swiftly switched allegiances.
fans are fickle.
And the Sammy and Tyreek situation, they are shipping. I've had people messaging me their like suggestions for like their couple name, like Samreek, all of this kind of thing.
Christ.
And they are like, this is the actual match that should have happened.
I find fans fascinating though for any artist. Like I get people DMing me. Admittedly, it's more like music artists, and they get very. I mean, I think they think I've got more power than I have, but like they get very into like, why has this single not been rolled out properly, or why is this? And I'm like, and to be honest with you, a lot of the time I actually agree with them, but they're so committed and so into it. Like I do find it fascinating as a genre, for one of the phrase.
Absolutely. There's a couple of people still to speak out more on Love Island. So Kieran's doing his podcast tonight, and Jessie Potts has done one. So that's Joey Essex's ex-girlfriend has done the Spill with Will podcast, and we had an exclusive look earlier today. And she basically says everyone was so miserable in the villa that they were all asking to leave.
Why were they miserable?
Because of there's
They
so
realised
much
they didn't have a
drama
career.
and beef
Drama
and just generally having a miserable time on the show.
That sounds like a right laugh, doesn't it?
I know. Oh, I'm like, you were in South Africa having a lovely time and getting a suntan though. So.
And you get a McDonald's on a Saturday, don't you, when the cleaners come in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Syria,
What's it like
is it?
What's it like in South Africa? They got a good menu.
It's a lovely
Not
place.
Syria.
Right. Another reality show. It's like a reality whistle-stop tour today. Inside UK. Sidemen and KSI, you know him.
Oh, I love KSI.
He and the Sidemen run a reality show for Netflix called Inside. They're like locked in a bunker. It's staffed by like content creators, influencers, all that kind of thing. Who I think are really interesting to watch because you swiftly realise they're funny online and that's not the same thing as being a funny person.
Oh my God, are they all morons?
There's a moment where you think the people who are best on this show and the main characters are the few reality people that are on it. So there's a Love Islander, there's Chloe Ferry from Geordie Shore.
I love her.
And they are reality TVing. Yeah. And you're like, thank goodness you're here steering a narrative. But the real story that's broken out of this is the fact a Love Islander and one of the content creators, Marlon, snogged at the rap party. It was caught on camera. And it ended up with the Love Islander, Indiyah Polak, splitting from Dami Hope.
Hang on, did she cheat on him then?
The timeline is still up in the air, but it is believed that she did cheat on him with Marlon at the rap
Is this on the rooftop?
Duck and Waffle.
Look,
So they
I've
fell in
seen
love
the
in a
video.
I've seen the
bunker.
video.
And it's your video, wasn't it? I saw that on your...
It
went viral.
It wasn't my video. It was someone in Da Club was like, because you would. These days people do. But the really interesting thing that's happened is it means that everyone watching Inside is like psychoanalyzing every single conversation that they have. Indiyah and Marlon, and they're like, oh my God.
See
Oh,
it
because
was...
it's recorded already. Oh,
Yeah,
I get you.
here's the sparks. Da, 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 da. But we actually had a quick chat with Chloe and Cheyenne Reynolds, who are two of the girlies on there, about anything that we could see on the series that might make sense. So just have a look at that now.
Got to ask you about Marlon and Indiyah because obviously nothing really happened in the house, but when you came out, there's that video that went around of them kissing.
Yeah.
Did you get an inkling of that?
I don't know, I've not seen that video.
That you were at Duck and Waffle?
I didn't go to Duck and Waffle.
Oh, well, the gang are all at Duck and Waffle.
Oh, right, okay. And also the kissed, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Well, whatever happens with them, it's their problem, not mine.
Was there any inkling of that in the house?
Everyone was really close. No, I didn't. Obviously, I wasn't really aware. I feel like I actually live in Chloe land. Like, I never was aware of anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know. Like, we were all very, very close. Like, we had a really good bond. Like, no one really hated each other, to be honest. Well, am I on the same show? Yeah, I don't know. That's their issue, not mine. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't get any vibes from that there.
Can you say anything about what happened with Indiyah and Marlon?
To be honest with you, like, there wasn't anything. Like, I know people are going to be shocked to hear that, but ultimately, it was like a show of just people together. There wasn't really that. So if anything, I'm actually surprised. So
this was when the video came out of them having a cheeky snog at Duck and Waffle after the show. You were surprised when that happened?
Well, I didn't go out. I didn't know. I didn't see that in there. And I feel like Indiyah, regardless, I think it is a bit unfair for people to come and talk about our relationship because she came on the show to, be her own and stuff like that.
The Beckhams are still Britain's messiest family. What's the latest?
It is. And do you know what? I was there at Cruise's first night. So he played first of 3 sold out shows in London. And obviously David and Victoria and Romeo were there. And the gig was great. Like, I love his music. I think he's a really promising indie artist. I like the tracks, like Lick the Toad is Wild, Optics for Your Love. But there's Loneliest Boy, and this is the song we all know without him even need to confirm. It was written about Brooklyn and the estrangement from the family. So he goes on stage, he starts to sing this. I'm, being the cheeky little minx that I am, come out of the crowd and accidentally, pop myself right next to Romeo so I can see what's going on. And it was really sad because he started to cry. So I feel like people think this is just Brand Beckham and it's not actually real, but it is. And actually being stood next to them and seeing him crying and seeing Victoria holding Romeo's hand so tightly because she's obviously upset. Then also putting her arm around David. David's hand is on Victoria's knee, squeezing it, because there's such painful but poignant song Cruise has written about this, including the lyrics, Mama just cries about it. She doesn't talk about it anymore. It's, it's all from the things you don't do. It's really sad. And actually, if you listen to it, it's a beautiful song. So I feel like there's still so much pain. You've still got Brooklyn, being moronic in the US, doing not much, with Nicola making that ballerina film. But I do feel for the Beckhams, you know, Cruise is choosing to sing that song. I think it's an important song for him to sing because artistically it's fantastic. But it's real. I think people a lot of the time just thought this is all brand, but it's not. It's genuine emotion. It's genuine sadness.
I can tell you feel quite...
I do. I feel just watching it because I think my brother's a bit of a wally and we fell out years ago, no longer speak properly because of the way he treats my parents. And there's obviously still some sadness and emotion there with me. And I watched that with them and I thought that's their little boy. That's their eldest son. He's still their child. He lives 4,000 miles away. They have no contact with him. They can only speak to him through the lawyer. I think this Mother's Day was really poignant because Victoria always shares pictures of the children. And this year, for the first time in he's 27, they didn't share a single picture of him. And I know it sounds very silly and performative, but I think that does mean something and it is sad. On a more positive note, Cruise Beckham, in joyous news, Ladbrokes have slashed his odds to get a newcomer Brit next year. It was 33-1 and now it's 14-1. Because those shows in the UK have been so successful. He's sold out so many.
He's got a US tour as well, he's just announced as well.
Yeah, 10 dates in the US.
Do you know what? I think fair play because initially he did, was it Rolling Stone that he did it the other day as well? Mm-hmm. I do think, I mean, he can't help it, but he had a leg up because of his name. But he's clearly selling tickets and getting the streams because otherwise it wouldn't work. Do you know what I mean?
He's done it in the right way, which is doing really small indie shows, using that great band he's got around him. He took on a PR team who didn't announce they were doing his PR. They were just doing really low-key PR. And they're the same PRs who do Harry Styles and Dua Lipa. Mm. And they didn't want to shout it from the rooftops because he didn't want that to happen. Mm. He's done low-key selling shows. Like the Molotovs, they played 600 shows in 2 years. That's how they've been recognised and noticed. And that is the same thing Cruise is doing. He's picking up more followers as he goes. It's clever.
I love that. What's going on with Brooklyn and Nicola, though? Are they doing a documentary?
Yeah, so this is our very own little Clemmy Moody, who often sits in this seat. So Clem revealed, and I revealed too, we worked together on this, that they've been approached by multiple production companies to come and do, you know, a show, to come and do a fly on the wall, to put your side of the story across. And it's Hulu, we understand, are the ones that are most interested. Oh. Obviously, Nelson Peltz has a big thing with Disney. You know, it's all Nepo baby Nepoing there. But yeah, so I think this will happen. It has to be for the right money. It has to have I think Brooklyn and Nicola will want a huge amount of editorial control. Given her sort of background, she'll definitely be like a Kim K exec producer on it. But I do think Brooklyn will jump at the chance to actually have his say.
I'd be watching that 100%.
Oh, it'd be so good.
And it wouldn't even be hate watching because I think he's a wally, to use one of your words, but like, I don't think he's a bad person. Though, however, I mean, that statement was vile, but I think he's just a bit lost.
Yeah.
And like, I don't say that in like any patronising way. And like, he's tried it like with his hot sauce. Like he has got it in shops. I think they've probably been a Beckham kid. Same with for Cruise. They automatically think, oh, they're going to be a star overnight. Well, people think they are going to be a star overnight. And that's not how it works. Like with a business, so like with his hot sauce or being a singer, you have to work your way up. And in this day and age, if you're not a hit within 24 hours, you're a flop. And I think that's probably really hard to battle against.
Good point.
Someone that wasn't a flop ever, Celine Dion, my favourite.
Absolute queen.
She's back.
She is.
What's happening, Jack?
So there's rumours all over social media. I've been speaking to various different contacts. So first of all, in Paris, so there's been a lot of rumours for years that Celine's trying to come back. Now, she's got stiff person syndrome. So it basically means she's not in control of her muscles and it's degenerative. So over time, it's been getting worse. But she has been with an army of like medics trying to come back to stage. She famously said in her Prime doc that she would crawl back to stage. So she's vowed to do it. She actually flew to Eurovision last year to Switzerland to perform. That morning, she had to cancel because the doctors were like, you're not going to be able to do this. So that was all over social media. And even Graham Norton referenced that actually on BBC during the thing. So she got pulled last minute. But now posters have appeared across Paris with her songs. So something officially is happening. Spoke to her team who were just like, we'll keep you informed. Like you'll find out in due course. Which isn't,
but we know it's because we've already said it's going to be it's going to be 2 shows a week in a residency, isn't it?
Exactly. So I understand it's initially 10 shows. It's 2 times a week, a Wednesday and a Saturday.
In Paris.
It's a 45,000 seater arena. So there'll be almost 500,000 tickets up for grabs. I understand that she'll announce it on her birthday, which is Monday, in a video message, which is quite cute. And then I'm sure the whole world will self-combust.
Absolutely. What's your favourite Celine Dion song?
Think Twice.
Oh, that is a banger.
Yeah.
Gotta think twice for the second round.
Love.
Me and Flick were actually at her last show, which was British Summertime 2019. Do you know what? amazing, like absolutely insane.
Mine is an album track, Just Walk Away. And that just shows you how deep I am in the diva situation.
Yes, I only probably know My Heart Will Go On and Think Twice.
They're all
Bizarre
bangers,
editor.
though.
Bizarre editor.
They're all bangers, though. I can't, like Celine, though, she's probably not been on Bizarre that often.
No, we do a lot on her. I feel like
She obviously did the Olympics.
Yeah, we do
That was
cover
great.
her.
She did top of the Eiffel Tower for that.
Lady Gaga, though, is always on Bizarre. What's going on with her?
that's because Jack is obsessed.
I'm obsessed with Gaga and I'll absolutely own that. So on Saturday, it's her 40th. Because obviously we know she loves performing, she's given herself one day off, like literally 24 hours off. Like I'd want a little bit longer than that because she's having a quiet day with her partner in America. She's back on stage, but she's obviously got her wedding this year. So the 40th year is going to be like huge. She's got Devil Wears Prada, where she's done a couple of songs for the soundtrack and also makes a cameo. She's got an Apple Music Mayhem special gig, which she's already recorded, but there was no phones, so we've not seen it. She's working on another album. Obviously, she's getting married. So it's really going to be a massive year for her.
And surprise comeback of the week was Duffy.
Yeah, that was massive. I
What's
feel like
this?
everyone, I think, will remember Duffy's story where she obviously just disappeared from the limelight and no one quite knew why. And it came out with these allegations that she was kidnapped, taken to another country, and had an absolutely awful time. And I'll never forget the day that she came out and she said it publicly and said, this is where I've been and this is what's happened to me. So now she's doing a new documentary.
Yeah, so that's with Disney Plus. And like, it's the first time she did a post in 2020 where she said what had happened, but then that was it. She didn't do really anything else. I don't even know where she is now. Like, you don't see her out and about. But at one point, you know, she'd won Grammys, Mercury Prize. She was the next Adele. Like, they were sort of coming up at the same time.
Yeah.
Huge globally, and then just vanished. And it's one of those stories which is so interesting, and we know so little about it that, I mean, I'll be watching that and I don't even like her music.
Yeah, well, we're about to
Oh,
find out.
Warwick Avenue by Duffy is one of the greatest songs.
I'll give it a skip.
Okay, now I want to know what you're binning and binging this week. Ellie.
I am binging Noel and Liam Gallagher, going mad for it, having 6-day benders and
right?
just bringing back the 90s. And I am binning Tottenham because our run of form is absolutely dreadful and just makes me want to bury my head in the sand.
I interviewed Expressions from Inside and he's a Tottenham fan and he was literally like, don't talk to me about football.
It's so miserable. It's so miserable.
Jack.
So I am binging. Jojo Siwa has done a Taylor Swift and she's written a song all about Chris Hughes. So it's out on April the 7th. It's called Serendipity because it's his favourite word. Now, when I saw her, she came to the Bazaar actually, and I said, are you going to do a Taylor? And she goes, oh, that's a good idea. So I'll take a little bit of credit for that, as long as it's a good song. I've not heard it yet. But yeah, that's coming out April the 7th.
Yeah, okay, and you're binning.
I'm binning Kanye West. He's obviously got a new album, Bully, which is out on Friday, which I think says it all. I don't think he was a musical genius. I don't think he's a nice man. You know, he's doing Wireless, and we've said that in Bizarre. I just feel like I won't be there. I feel over the past few years, it's just gone absolutely the wrong way. I don't really want to see him on stage again. I would like him to have a good hard think about what he's said and done.
Fair. Nice. Okay, my bin is Dan Osborne and Jacqueline Josser. It's just such a sad situation. They've split up again this week. Apparently this is the last time. I just feel really sad for their kids. These situations are always so messy and these two just need to like stop. I'm binging Rain Me In, Sam Fender and Olivia Dean. I know that February called and they want their song back. January? Like, when did the song even come out? I like the doo-doo-doo-doo bit that everybody likes, but I also really like how all the feral girls and guys and gays and theys have adopted Please Don't Rein Me In as a general motto. I feel like it's the new Brat Summer, like, don't rein me in. And there's lots of people here that we talk about who are deep in the don't rein me in mentality. So
You can make this a thing, I have no doubt.
let's make it a thing.
We'll make it a thing.
That's your Showbiz Fix for the week, brought to you by Sun Bingo. Remember to subscribe to us here on the Sun Showbiz YouTube channel for all the inside TV and celebrity gossip. See you next week.